Sharing stories that create conversations. That's what we do. Arrow.net, ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. These are real people, real stories, the struggle to play it forward. Episode number 446 is with Todd Hoffman from Hoffman Family Gold.
Dude, that is a cool name. I should have came up with a better name, but Todd's what I went with.
Oh, we were up in Montana, Lewistown, Montana, and we were trying to come up with a character for a book that my wife was writing, and from out of nowhere I said, just call him Arrow. It's nobody, I don't know an Arrow. And what's really funny is that Frank Zappa's son, they recently had a child and they named it Arrow, but it wasn't because of me. It was because that was the name of the bed. So it's like, so there's two of us out there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. You know what? That's some flair you got there, buddy. I love it.
Man, teaming up with Discovery again on Hoffman Family Gold. My God, guy. I mean, you're giving us that sense of adventure all over again.
Yeah, having another swing at the plate is pretty cool. I can't believe Discovery let me back in the doors again. But here we go on an adventure that what you're going to see is never some of the things that are in the show have never been seen on gold mining TV. And but it is a better pace, and that's what I said to Discovery Channel. I said, you know what, I want to come back, but I need this. We got to film this differently. I want a different production company. I'm with all the Wicked Tuna guys.
Wow.
And I said, I want to slow it down. I want it to be more real. I want to show our faith. I want it to be funny. I mean, we're funny. We're like making fun of each other all day. I said, put that in there. The British guys won't put any humor in Gold Rush. And so, like, man, put it who we really are in the show. I want people to feel like they're standing there with us. They're making decisions with us. I want them to feel like, be able to sit there and listen to Jack and Thurber, bark at each other in the cleanup room. I want them to see the gold. I want them to see hopefully we can even talk numbers with them. And
right.
But anyways, it's just a different experience. And in Discovery, once they started seeing what we were giving them on the footage, they gave us pulp Friday nights at 8 p.m. Of course, the first night was at 10, which is on the 25th, but yeah, and then we slide right into the 8 p.m. time slot. You don't get that unless they have a lot of confidence in you and a lot of trust. And so that's where we're at. Get on the adventure. If you're not on it, get on it. It's a breath of fresh air. I want you guys to crack open a beer and go on this little ride with us. It's going to be pretty cool.
It turned into a beer drinking game. You guys say certain things. Oh, yeah, get a swig.
They used to do that every time I said the word frick. There was a bunch of bars all throughout the South and in Ireland and England, and they were taking shots. They were doing all kinds of stuff. So,
well, where along the creative process did you say, "Hey, look, I don't want to just go to any gold mine. I want to go to a rundown mine near Nome, Alaska." In other words, rundown, that means it was empty, right? I mean, what happened here?
Do you ever hear the old adage, at 10 o'clock she was a 2, but at 2 o'clock she was a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not exactly. I don't have any equipment. I don't have any wash plants. It's not like people are beating down my door to have me come mine on their property. It is a situation where I have to earn it. It's a situation where I have to come into a tough situation and try to help. Mm-hmm. And if I do X, Y, and Z, I want this gold mine, right? And so that's it. I mean, it's kind of a pay to play, and that's where we're at. We are at ground zero. We don't have a big mining company anymore. We're back in Sandy, Oregon. We're not, so we're trying to rebuild. Yeah. And so we're in a rebuilding phase of our life, and that's what you're going to see. Do we make it? Do we fail? What happens?
But you know what's really interesting about that, Todd, is that I think the nation as a whole is in a rebuilding mode. And I think that vicariously we're going to live through you, your father, as well as your son.
Well, we were kind of in a trouble and in a rebuilding mode when I did Gold Rush, when I created Gold Rush, right? So I think that the timing couldn't be any better. and what we show, in our faith and different things, the timing couldn't be any better. And you know what? Sometimes, like, I live my life that nothing is done. It's not a mistake, So hopefully, that the fans come back and put their arms around Jack, Hunter, and myself, and go on this adventure with us. Friday nights at 8, we're on Discovery Plus as well. And so that's what we're asking is to get the word out, tell your friends at work, and that the Hoffmans are back, and we're not going to let you down.
Now, I'm from Montana. I ain't going back to Montana because I don't like the cold. How did you even find it in your heart to go back up to Alaska?
That is the opportunity that presented itself, and I wanted to stay in the United States, and I'm on the West Coast, so it's actually a pretty good jump. It's an easy jump for me right into Alaska. But, I am 150 miles from Siberia is all. Right. So I'm close to Russia. So it's not like, it's not a hop, skip, and a jump. It is out there, man. It is way out there.
Now, would you say that this was a leap of faith to jump back into this show? And the reason why is because, I mean, these days to go looking for gold when it seems like, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is looking for gold, it's got to be one hell of a gamble for you.
It is a gamble, but my friend had already gambled a lot on this mine, and he's pulled out a lot of gold over the years. But this particular year, he had some big troubles. But it's a gamble. I would say less than 5% of the people that go gold mining at this kind of level make it, and maybe it's like 3. It's not very good.
Wow.
The odds are not good. All right, and the goods are odd. Okay, so. It is tough. It's not fun at times, and other times it's exhilarating, and you feel like I don't know, it's like there's some feeling about when you dig up gold and you turn the water off and you just see it right there in your sluice box, like a big row of gold all the way across, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is actually happening, right? It's like, it's freaky, man. There's something about it. Gold is woven into the American fabric in some strange way. I can't explain it. Arrow, it's there though, bud.
So now I know how valuable gold is to the U.S. government. Are they standing around watching you and things like that to make sure you're doing it all right?
Yeah, there's 29 agencies over my shoulder. Yep. So trust me, there's not a lack of oversight. The federal government is always, watching everything you do, from safety to environmental to, reclamation. Yeah, I mean, it's done responsibly. There's actually too many agencies out there, but we play by the rules. We've got a good reputation doing that. We've been nominated twice for the Herman Leckie Award, which is reclamation. So. When you mine a little area, you put it back and then you smooth it out. You put the seeds, the right type of material on top, and it grows back. And then we got nominated a couple times. I've spent a lot of money on reclamation. I'm probably one of the better guys at it, but it's important to us to be good stewards because of how we live our life, right? So that's that.
Wow. Well, I can't thank you enough for making your way back to Discovery and Discovery Plus, because Hoffman Family Gold is really, we call it water cooler conversation. You're going to create it, and all of a sudden we're going to be putting it on our social networks.
Hey, awesome. Thanks for having me.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay, Mr. Todd?
You too. Take care.